Hey guys, Claire here, and today I'm going to share with you some of my all-time favorite appetizers, and they're all pretty easy. One of them's like so lazy and easy, I love it. But yeah, these are so much fun, and they're kind of inspired by some of my absolute favorite things. So first up, I'm going to show you how to do a really simple watermelon appetizer. I love this. It's just slices of watermelon with a little bit of lime squeezed on it, and then I add some tahini, which if you're not familiar is a really popular spice blend in Latin America. It has a really wonderful kind of a little bit of heat from the chili, a little bit of salt, and then a fabulous kind of acidic back note that just is so great, especially with something like sweet and crisp watermelon. And then I'm also making my family's favorite smashed pea crostini. My family loves peas. We will eat sweet pea anything, so this is definitely a favorite, and it's super simple. I'll show you some tips and tricks for how I put that together. And then this one is actually inspired by my favorite sort of LA 2 a.m. regrettable food choice. It's so delicious though. It's a bacon wrapped jalapeno hot dog, which if you've not had is just the best thing ever. They usually have it like outside Dodger Stadium when you like leave a game, that kind of thing. But I'm doing a pig in a blanket version of it. So for that, I have little smokies, I have bacon, I'm gonna add some jalapeno, wrap them in puff pastry. It's gonna be so delicious. I'm definitely the most excited for those, though all of these are really, really good. All right, cool. Well, let's bang out the first one because it takes no time at all. So for this one, I have some watermelon. So I'm just going to start slicing. This looks like enough. So I'm just gonna start laying these out just like that. And then I'm taking half of a lime and I'm squeezing it over the entire plate. Then the tahini goes on. And if you can't find this, you can kind of use almost any chili you like. Just mix like ancho chili and some salt. You could do chipotle if you want a little bit of extra heat. And I'm gonna do the lime in the middle in case anybody wants some. But that's it. It looks beautiful. It's so delicious. It took me under 30 seconds to do. Now we're gonna move on to the hot dog. So I actually have this in 2 steps. That's a little annoying, but please do not let that turn you off from actually doing this. It is so much fun and so delicious. So I have my slices of bacon, and I'm just gonna start slicing them into thirds. A third is just about the right amount to cover one of these little smokies. And then you use a toothpick and you stab it through like that. And we're just gonna put it on the parchment. So I'm gonna do this to all of these, but you just keep moving along with like a third of bacon, wrap it up. And I do realize there's something kind of ridiculous about bacon wrapped pork, but it's really good, so we're not gonna overthink it. Great, so I'm just gonna do the rest of these and then pop them in the oven. So these are gonna go in the oven at about 375 for I'd say about 15 minutes. So while our soon-to-be pigs in a blanket are cooking in the oven, we're actually gonna get started on the crostini. So you'll see in front of me, I have my ice bath, which is very important. Peas cook so quickly, so you definitely wanna be careful to have an ice bath if you're not just eating them immediately after they come out of the water. So I have my boiling water. I'm now going to add 1 tablespoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of sugar. And this is my way of seasoning the peas. A little bit of sugar kind of pumps up the natural sweetness of the peas, and in go the frozen peas, just like straight from the bag. All I'm gonna wait for is for them to turn really bright green and also start to float to the top. That's how I know they're done. All right, so the peas are fully cooked. I'm gonna try one. Wonderful. And adding that sugar and salt seasons the peas really nicely, so I shouldn't actually have to really add any other seasoning to this. So I'm just gonna strain these so you can see I'm just trying to get rid of all the excess water and going straight into the food processor. Next, adding the ricotta. All right, so now I'm just gonna pulse this. Really important to pulse. Pulse is how you get a smash texture, and if you just press on, you're gonna end up with a puree. So now I'm gonna load up the crostini. And if you wanna know how to make the crostini, I've actually done this on a previous video, so you can check that out. Great, these look amazing. So I'm just gonna drizzle them with a little bit of like creme fraiche, or honestly like sour cream with a little water, and it's totally fine. Just a touch though, and this is just to get a really pretty pattern on top. Let's see, I'm gonna grab some pepper. I don't know what it is, but like peas with pepper, it's like necessary to me. Beautiful, those look fabulous. So the only thing left to do is finish up the bacon wrapped jalapeno pigs in a blanket. So the bacon wrapped hot dogs are out of the oven, and I've let them cool a little bit, and this is just so I can wrap them in the puff pastry without it messing with the puff pastry. So this is pretty easy to put together. So I have 12 here, And I want to trim the puff pastry to be thin enough that it wraps around the hot dog, but you can still see the end sticking out, so it looks like a true pig in a blanket. So you only need 4 strips, about 1 inch wide, and then cut into thirds. Great. So I'm gonna pull out the toothpick, but keep it nearby. Grab my little piece of puff pastry. I put the jalapeno on the puff pastry first, followed by the little bacon wrapped hot dog. And then I just wrap it up like this. And then I use my toothpick to secure everything. I also like the toothpick because it just means that when people want to eat them, they don't have to grab it with their hands and get their fingertips greasy, so the toothpick is really helpful. So just before I pop these guys in the oven, I am brushing a little bit of egg wash on top. So egg wash is just a cracked egg with like a little bit of water, some milk in it, and what it does is it makes the puff pastry super golden brown, so it looks marvelous. All right, well, this is ready to go. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven, 400 degrees for about like 20 minutes, basically until the puff pastry puffs and is really golden brown. All right, the appetizers are done. And these are fresh from the oven. I let them cool a little bit because no one needs to put like a blazing hot, tiny sausage in their mouth. So I think that letting it cool for a few minutes is a good idea. I'm just gonna pile these on. The spread looks amazing. Okay, I have to give this stuff a try. I'm so excited. First up is the smashed pea crostini. That is yummy. And a little bit of pepper on top completely makes it. Next up is the watermelon. Oh, that is so good. I love that so much. It's like fresh and bright and delicious. Time for this little guy. Oh yeah. As an aficionado of pigs in a blanket, I have to say this is a really good one. These are all so delicious, and I love that they also are kind of going from ridiculously easy to pretty easy. So if you have no time or just don't feel like doing anything, watermelon is perfect. The next step up is the crostini, and if you want to do something a little more labor intensive but amazing, pigs in a blanket. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching how to make some of my favorite appetizers. These are so delicious. Anyway, please comment below. Are you gonna try any of these? What are your favorite appetizers for the summertime? All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.